Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason, bringing you today's video. My fuzzy four-legged co-star Freya is running around. She might fur missile me, but she just discovered one of her toys, so you guys might hear some squeaks instead. And we're bringing you, like I said, today's video. As always guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I say this every video, but we are a small family channel. Just me, this fuzzy little four-legged one, and the wife. We just love to read. Love to read. You gonna put in an appearance? Come on. No? Okay, just lick your lips and look at me. And we'd really appreciate any support you guys might want to give us. We're going to keep doing this anyway, though. So today I want to talk about a book and an author we've talked about in the past. Well, the book we haven't talked about in the past, but the series we certainly have. I want to talk about Michelle Sagara, which is a pen name for Michelle West, which also might be a pen name. I don't know. She writes under two different names. Michelle Sagara and Michelle West. And Cast an Eternity, which is the latest book in her chronicles of Elantra. I don't know how many books there are in this, a dozen, maybe more. Absolutely phenomenal series. The second it comes out, we snatch it up, we buy it instantly. We get the alerts on our emails. We instantly buy it, instantly read it. Absolutely fantastic. This is one the whole family reads. Just a phenomenal series. Cannot recommend it enough. It is just fantastic, and it gets better every single book. So I'm going to skip my usual four categories because I've talked about this series, I've talked about all this stuff already, the world, stuff like that. I'm just going to talk about the book. The book is fantastic. Now, obviously, we're back with Kaylin Nea, Corporal Kaylin Nea of the Imperial Hawks, basically the cops. She is basically a detective, almost. The Hawks they do patrol, so I guess they are cops, whereas the Swords would be the town guard. But Kaylin is basically more of a detective. She does have patrols, but oftentimes she is actually investigating crimes. Now, this time around, she finds herself working basically customer service desk because her partner, Severn, is off on something else, and Hawks are not allowed to work alone. And a local personality basically is what kicks all this off. Old lady that sees ghosts. She's just a kind old lady, lonely, so she shows up every day to file a report about something. And she always brings baked goods when she does. We've all seen this type of kindly, old, lonely person. We've all seen it. But Kaylin, due to something that this lady says, she might actually see ghosts. She might actually be able to see ghosts, which of course leads her to naturally have to investigate this, although she has to do it on her off time. She can't do it while she is working because she'd be breaking all kinds of rules, such as working by herself without a partner around, although that doesn't last too long. And Kaylin being Kaylin, well, you would think that this is as street level as you can get. Naturally, it's not. Things, of course, blow up on her to an incredible degree to the point where she ends up having to involve Lenagaris, the former Archon or Archon, however you want to pronounce it, that is now running the university, or I guess it's kind of a university, and even the current Archon or Archon, I call him Archon, Sinabalis, who's also her magic teacher, and a big part of this particular book is Tila and the cohort of Barani from the Green. The cohort of Barani that are Barani, but they're not Barani, they're very weird Barani. And of course, Kaylin's sentient house somewhat. But also ends up dealing with the Barani High Halls. Now, being a lord of the court in theory, because she managed to go through the trial, the trial of names, Kaylin is considered a lord of the Barani court, but not really. I mean, she's technically considered a lord of the Barani court. She's addressed as lord, but she is as non-political, and obviously she's immortal, unlike the immortal Barani. So, she doesn't usually spend a whole lot of time there. If she does spend time at the High Halls, it is almost always in the presence of Tila or someone else that can look out for her. And naturally, this investigation into ghosts, of course, goes crosswise with the Barani, to where there's the usual. There's assassination attempts and dragons and immortals, and of course magic, and Kaylin being nauseated at times because she's allergic to magic naturally. and great threats. And this particular one, that typically a lot of the other ones that Kaylin has dealt with have dealt with almost, in a way, world-ending or world-invading type of threats. This time around, while it's a powerful threat, it is a threat that is pretty much exclusive towards the Barani, or at least starts that way. Very exclusive towards the Barani. This particular threat would basically want to destroy and enslave the entire Barani race. Now, knowing that these guys can basically go toe-to-toe with dragons, they did lose the war, but ish. It makes it pretty interesting. You want to subjugate an entire race of immortal, magical powerhouses that can go toe-to-toe with dragons. Good luck. Although, in this particular case, this person might be able to pull it off. So, of course, Kaylin has to get involved, Severin has to get involved, the entire cohort has to get involved. We've got magic, we've got ghosts that are not ghosts, we've got century-old serial killers and mass murderers and spree murderers and stolen bodies and stolen spirits and a nosy neighbor that just needs to get punched in the face. We've got a little bit of everything. We've got a little bit of, oh, and don't forget the baked goods. A little bit of everything. Houses that aren't houses, and paintings that aren't paintings, and buildings that are buildings but they're not buildings because you can't see them. But sometimes you can see the buildings. And don't forget Hope, Kaylin's familiar. Now, what's interesting, what I love about this book, first off, this one is a lot more, I won't say action, but really rolling from the get-go. A lot of the Chronicles of Elantra have a build-up to them. They have a build-up to them, so the deeper you go into it, the more it really starts gripping you, and you're like, what's next? And usually the beginning is a little bit more investigation, exposition. This one, well, of course, does have it. The pace is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This was, to my mind, the best of the Chronicles of Elantra so far, which is pretty amazing because they've all been absolutely fantastic books. I cannot recommend the Chronicles of Elantra strong enough, guys. And what I really like is every book she fleshes out, not her world, although the world, of course, has grown greatly and is a really cool world building, but she also fleshes out more and more about the little things. You learn a little bit more about Severin. You learn a little bit more about his favorite weapon. You learn a tiny little bit, get a few more hints about the marks of the chosen, a few more hints about Hope, Kaylin's familiar, a few more hints about everything, every little thing that you'll have all these questions for throughout this series. Every book, you get a couple more hints, a little bit closer to an answer. So, guys, Chronicles of Elantra, if you like fantasy novels, the Chronicles of Elantra is one of the best series that I've ever read. You guys have got to check it out. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.